Pawan Gupta, the founder of SIDH and the co-author of this course, has a favorite story about the fundamental problem with our education system. When they moved to Mussoorie, some village women, seeing that Pawanji and his wife Anuradhaji seemed to have a lot of free time and seemed to be educated, asked them to start a village school. When some time had passed and the village women got comfortable with him, they told Pawanji that the system of education was destroying their children. What is your education system doing to our children? They asked. They felt the education seemed to be alienating the children from their families, villages, culture, and their ways of doing things. The children started developing a sense of shame towards whatever was their own. An old woman, seeing the effect of education on young boys, who now preferred to move around with their hands in their pockets, told Pawanji that he should teach children to be rather than focus only on the appearance. Hona sikhao, she said, dikhna dikhana nahi. Pawanji considers this his mantra in education, and he says that this was the turning point where he became aware of his hidden assumptions and his real education started. Pawanji says that another lady had asked him about the objective of the modern education system. Was it, she had asked, designed to take the village boys to Delhi and the Delhi boys to America? Ananda Kumaraswamy, the great philosopher and scholar, criticizing the British education system in an essay written in 1909, titled Education in India, gives us indications about this problem when he says, quote, "The system of education set up by the British creates anti-national tendencies by ignoring or despising almost every ideal of the Indian national culture. Most students lose all capacity for the appreciation of Indian culture and become strangers in their own land. The education is really based on the general assumption, nearly universal in England, that India is a savage country, which it is England's divine mission to civilize." Unquote. The problem started much earlier, which can be seen in what William Bentinck, the Governor General of India, wrote in a letter to the Secretary of State in 1827. This was 3 years after the rebellion by the Indian soldiers at the Barakpur cantonment had rattled the British Empire. In the letter he said, quote, "There is nothing to worry now, as the educated Indian has started leaving his ways and stopped giving alms to mendicants and sadhus, and with the money thus saved is busy entertaining the British and imitating their ways." Unquote. Mahatma Gandhi has spoken eloquently about the alienation that this type of education brings to us. In an article titled "The Present System of Education," written in 1916 and reproduced fully in the read segment of this chapter, he says, quote, "An impartial English writer has said that as long as there is no continuity between schools and homes in India, the pupils will not have the benefit of either. Our youths learn one thing from parents at home and from the general environment, and another at school. The pattern at school is often found incompatible with that in the home. The lessons in our textbooks are regarded as of little relevance to conduct. We cannot put the knowledge so acquired to any practical use in our daily life. The parents are indifferent to what is taught at school. The labor spent on studies is considered useless drudgery, which has to be gone through that one might take the final examination, and once this is over, we manage to forget as quickly as possible what we had studied. The charge levelled against us by some Englishmen that we are mere imitators is not entirely baseless." Unquote. The problems in modern Indian education, which began 200 years ago under the British rule, have not been addressed till date, as fundamentally nothing much has changed from those times. And the problems seem to afflict all types of people, whatever be their linguistic, social, or economic background. So the first generation learners begin to look down upon their illiterate parents and their local culture, and the children of affluent, educated parents despise the very idea of India without knowing anything very much about it. We go through an elaborate, time and life consuming, expensive process of national education that finally results in us becoming mindless imitators, self-conscious about who we are, losing our real confidence and becoming asahaj. Do you not think that it is time that we did something about it?